When you start producing strong earnings, either from your business, developing property, it could be from your forte in lending money to other people. When you start hitting benchmarks of $1 million, $2, $3 million per annum as active earnings, you want to start shifting your thinking across to annuities. What are the asset classes that produce you cash flow every single month, every year, that you are not selling time for? Years back, my project development arm was firing. We're turning over about $160 to $200 million per year. Instead of squandering that money, going on fancy holidays and buying, irrelevant things, I started to channel those earnings into an annuity stream. I started purchasing manufactured home parks. Now, this one in the background, I think, is about 165 homes plus another 200 odd dormitories. Now, it's targeted at that lower socioeconomic, which just means that people now earn good money but don't have the ability to rent a $1,000 home per week. This earns me, as a net position per annum, $1,440,000 per annum. Now that's net. You do the math. That's around about $30,000, just short of 30 grand a week of net earnings. And that's where you and I need to start to put our attention. Because I see a lot of developers, I see a lot of very skilled professionals that are really smart in what they do. They're great at what they do, but it doesn't mean that those skills translate to business. Nor does it mean they'll retire rich and affluent and free. They earn a lot. They destroy those earnings through tax. But if you start to invest smartly and look at these assets, these asset classes that produce income, whether you're awake or asleep or overseas on holidays, they're the ones that you really want to target. And they're available to you everywhere. Revenue streams that are passive in style, are very common when you start to think about it and look for these things, pursue them. This is just one niche that I've found, and we've become quite a dominant force in this area, but it really is money that I'm not selling my time for any longer. I've been in this space now for 6 years, and it has served me incredibly well. And you can imagine, as the earnings have changed in Australia through the rental crisis, the asset is actually worth a hell of a lot more because commercial properties are based on their return. Now, the returns in my parks have actually shifted up by about 40% in the last 2 years. So it gives you some idea of the equity that's been tapped or been available to me now is into the tune of tens of millions of dollars as well. So happy investing. I trust this gives you some further insight.